I started my spiritual journey in 2020. I think I started it originally in 2019, but I didn't pay attention to the signs of a spiritual awakening until I had a full-blown spiritual awakening in 2020. And then my life was a roller coaster. So what started my spiritual awakening, or the signs of them, was things were getting chaotic, and I was having relationship issues, and not only like in my marriage, but friendships. And there was just all kinds of synchronicities, numbers. And I was like, why do I keep seeing the same number? What does that mean? And then I started to go down that path of like, what does that mean? And then I also just have always been into mediumship and spirit. So at one point I started working with a lady for a very short time on developing mediumship abilities. And that's when she taught me spirit guides and how to connect with spirit guides and your spirit team. And then that's also when she was telling me about a spiritual awakening. So that's how I knew that I was on a spiritual awakening, and what really progressed my whole life into where I'm at today. So the chaos that was happening in my life was I was having problems at work. I was just miserable. I was miserable. I was angry all the time. Anything somebody said, I was just irritated. And I just didn't know how to get over that. And it's like, then it caused issues in my relationship with my marriage, where I was angry all the time. I just would snap over the littlest things, and I couldn't control myself. And it just and it made me hate myself. And that was like causing a lot of chaos. And through that, like through getting coaching from a coach, is when I found the word chaos. I never understood that my life was being chaotic. And so like having relationship issues, a lot of fighting, not with just my spouse, my significant other, but with family as well. And I was depressed, and I didn't realize I was depressed. And it's just depression and anger all together was just causing so much commotion in relationships, at not only family and my spouse, but also at work. I just was not happy. And so then I started a journey of self-healing. So I was feeling a lot of despair, a fear, abandonment. I never really got love in the ways that I needed it growing up. So I looked for it in all the wrong places. And that caused the issue of going back to what I said about feeling. Okay. So basically, I felt fear, abandonment, and just anger. I had all these feelings. And because I didn't get love in all the right places growing up, it caused that fear of abandonment. And then I started looking for love in all the wrong places. And that was in relationships and friendships. And then, so then I had trust issues, because I jumped into friendships and I jumped into relationships. And so that also caused issues in my friendships and relationships, because I had that fear of abandonment. And then I also had the trust issues but I also had like diarrhea of the mouth, where I would just tell people all my information of who I am too much up front. And then they would, go and either some would listen, or they would use it against me, which caused more fear. So I just had so much fear inside of me that caused a lot of my anger and irritation and sadness. Like a majority of all of that fear, anger, and abandonment caused sadness and depression. And it was very hard for a long time. But I'm not going to lie, I'm kind of happy I went through it, because it makes me who I am. So what shifted in those emotions was, instead of fear, I feel empowered. I feel stronger. I didn't mention before, but I also had lack of self-esteem and self-confidence. And now I have a lot more confidence in myself. Still sometimes I have to work on that, but that's part of being human. Um, and I don't feel so much of the abandonment issue. Like, I also know that love comes from within ourselves and the higher power, whatever, you believe in. So I know that I always loved from myself and from the higher power and my spirit team, because they love me so much that even the times that I'm not feeling loved by specific people around me, I just have to go within and know that my spirit team loves me no matter what I did and what I've done. And also the higher power, God, loves me even more. And that helps me to transform any emotions that I have when I'm feeling those emotions. And then the lack of confidence, well, knowing that I'm loved by a higher power and my spirit team makes me feel like so what I did to get where I'm at in the shift is I reached out to getting help, because I knew that I couldn't do it by myself personally. So I went and got a coach, and I did some counseling as well. And through those coaching sessions, it was nice to have a shoulder to lean on when I didn't feel strong enough. Or the moments I didn't feel my spirit team with me, or those moments I couldn't feel like God was around me or the higher power. So, and then through having a coach, that also helped me work on forgiveness, of forgiving myself and others, and forgiving my past self. Because we our past selves worked so hard to get where we're at, and if we don't like where we're at, our past selves didn't know this is where we were going to be. So learning to forgive myself and to forgive others has helped switch a lot of my feelings and a lot of the lower vibrational feelings of despair, of fear. It's just the forgiveness around myself has helped me open up so much more. So why I want to help others is because it feels so good to not be feeling fear or lack of confidence or not feeling loved. It feels good to know that you're loved. It feels good to know that you can forgive yourself. It feels good to be able to forgive others. And I want to help others be able to feel that same beauty, that same brightness, that same glow. And I just wish I could give my glow to everybody else, because it feels so good to know that no matter what you're going through, you're always loved. So, how I can help other people is, one, with being a Reiki master, I can help change your energies, just like changing my own energies and transforming your energies. Because sometimes our chakras, if you don't know what that is, we have 7 main chakras, starting from our our crown chakra, third eye, throat chakra, heart, the solar plexus, no, yes, and then sacral chakra, and then our root. And so I help align those, because sometimes they get out of alignment. And so I am certified master Reiki healer, and I love to be able to move those energies around, which helps you feel better as well. And then I also have some certificates in different coaching modalities, meaning like I'm certified in spiritual life coaching, confidence life coaching, abundant mindset coaching, and CBD, which is cognitive behavioral therapy, which helps you to learn your emotions. And I'm also working on a few other ones just because I wanted to, so I can better my credentials to help you out. And that's what I want to do, is help you, because you're a beautiful angel.